Thursday in France that ongoing reforms, including the removal of fuel subsidy and unification of exchange rate, will be sustained for a more competitive economy that attracts foreign direct investment.
Globally of investors, corporates, financial institutions all over the world are now very excited about Nigeria, and specifically about the fast-paced, dynamic, progressive policies, economic policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the last 3 weeks. And in Paris here, a lot of them have been showing interest. Even those who exited Nigeria now are encouraged to come back to Nigeria. And the essence of this meeting, why the president is attending, is to network extensively with developed societies, both donor agencies, financial institutions, and foreign investors, with a view to inviting and really encouraging direct foreign investment back into Nigeria. And the encouragement has been really great. The enthusiasm of these corporate institutions and financial institutions on Nigeria, and particularly on Nigeria's recent economic policies, have been very, very tremendous.
Meanwhile, French President Macron says no country should have to choose between reducing poverty and protecting the planet, as Paris hosts a summit to seek ways to tackle debt, poverty, and funding green initiatives. President Macron called for a substantial increase in public and private funding to tackle rising inequality.
I would like, first of all, to underscore that this is your summit. That is to say, it is the summit of all of those who are on the front lines in the face of population and planet degradation, and what we would like to build here, where the risks of division are great, is in effect a new consensus not dictated from one place, but rather carried by those who are living through the consequences of climate change and deregulation, and we are fighting for a first plan to tackle poverty and its consequences.
Back home, Vice President Kashim Shettima has met with co-chairman of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Bill Gates, the chairman of the Dangote Foundation, Aliko Dangote, and members of the Nigeria Governors Forum. Vice President Kashim Shettima advocated a collaboration of all stakeholders in exploring areas of common interest.
To end vaccine preventable diseases and poverty. It is also a time over the disinformation and skepticism that have failed the campaign to build a healthier nation. We are not only fighting disease, but also countering the conspiracy theories.
Some state governors who were part of the meeting considered areas of collaboration between both foundations and the federal government.
Others will do primary health care under one roof, involving the community engagement and governance. So it is a governance issue. The management has resources to use for much. Following the devastating impact of Boko Haram insurgency, I'd like to specifically request for your more support towards improving agriculture.
Alhaji Aliko Dangote said Gates and himself have been partnering both the federal and state governments for several years, supporting the efforts in eradicating polio and improving routine immunization, nutrition, and primary health care in the country.
All of you to put human capital development on top of your list. It is very, very important to have it on top of the list. Together, using this unique platform, you can collaborate closely and make investments and policies that will ensure that our people have health and opportunity.
The Department of State Services has called for vigilance ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, saying that reports indicated plans to attack worship and recreational centers before and during festivities. The DSS also advised operators and patrons of public places, including markets and malls, to be watchful and report any suspicious movements and persons to relevant authorities. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetukun, is currently meeting with members of the police management team at the force headquarters. Addressing senior officers, Egbetukun stressed on police proactivity to preventing rather than reacting to criminal activities in the country. He also promised improved welfare for police officers while reiterating his commitment to improved interagency collaboration between the police and other security agencies.
This promotion will not only serve as a source of motivation to the sergeant officers, but will also engender personnel to rededicate themselves to the achievement of our policy mandates. It is my belief that all the newly promoted officers will deploy their vast knowledge and experience to support the efforts towards achieving the image of the Nigerian police.
The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted cloudy weather and thunderstorms between Friday and Sunday across the country. This is according to NIMET's weather outlook released on Thursday in Abuja. It forecasts a cloudy atmosphere in the northern region with prospect of thunderstorms. The body of the founder of Dar Communications, owners of AIT and Ray Power, Raymond Dokpesi, was laid to rest at his residence in Agenebode, Esako East local government area of Edo State. Dokpesi died on May 29th after a fall while using a treadmill machine as part of exercise he needed to recover from an undisclosed illness. He was buried on Friday amid tears from family members, close associates, sympathizers, and residents of Agenebode, who paid their last respect to the late media Mongol. And for some foreign stories now, an enormous crowd of worshippers thronged Mecca, Islam's holiest city, on Friday for the biggest Hajj pilgrimage in years, with more than 2 million expected to brave the scorching Saudi Arabian heat. Pilgrims in white robes and sandals packed the ancient city, now dotted with luxury hotels and air-conditioned shopping malls, after flooding in on planes, buses, and trains for the annual rites. This year's Hajj, one of the world's biggest annual religious gathering with a history of stampede and others, could break attendance record, officials have said. Sub-operator Ocean Gate says all 5 people on board the missing submersible near the wreck of the Titanic have been lost. The company said in a pensive statement that it believes that the CEO, Stockton Rush, his son, and others have died. The company said the men were true explorers who shared a distinct spirit of adventure and a deep passion for exploring and protecting world's oceans.
On the depths of 4,000 meters, everything is very difficult. Even the rescue, you don't have any standard procedures, at these depths, because it's a very unusual situation. So everything going to be individual. I'm very happy to know that so many professionals are already in the area, like the Army, like other supporters, and this says that there is still chances, even they are very, very small,
And for some sports stories now, the International Olympic Committee has voted to strip the International Boxing Association of its status as the sports world governing body. The IOC's executive board recommended the move earlier in June after the IBA failed to meet set reforms following its 2019 suspension over governance issues and alleged corruption. Of the 70 valid votes on Thursday, 69 voted in favor of the recommendation. And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Omoite.